David, are you on Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. Ariane and Ethan. Okay. Yeah. So just to give a little bit, since nobody want to talk, it's fine. It's okay. I asked how was your week, and nobody want to say anything.
Yeah.
Anything memorable? Anything? Any subjects that you guys are learning?
Math.
What
No,
is
I'm not learning math. I have math first semester. No, I said science.
this? You cannot just say science. That is not enough. What exactly in science that you guys are talking about or learning? What is making it interesting?
Physics.
Anybody in Ghana?
Madam, please the question.
Prince, we can't hear you.
I'm saying that your question came because I went out.
Oh, I was asking how the week was. Anything exciting that you want to share with your team, whether it happened in school, on campus, even in the community, and all that stuff. For me, this week I had a chance to go to Carroll Community College, which is one of the community colleges here, and I got to learn about some of the programs that they offer. I went to Gettysburg. Gettysburg is a town. They had a Black collective uh program where they allow Black businesses. Remember last week we talked about Black History Month, right? That this month of February here in the US is Black History Month, and we shared a little bit about what it means to celebrate Black history. So this month, the Black Chamber of Commerce in Gettysburg or Montgomery County held I would say a showcase of Black-owned businesses, people of Black people who owns business in Montgomery County. So you get to just connect and learn about their products, their business. We saw, so it was me, Uncle Tony, and David and Esther and the kids, and we got a chance to learn about businesses that are in IT, education, beauty supply, um, even insurance companies. We were able to see the diverse businesses that Black people in Montgomery County are into. And so that's how my week went. And then Wednesday, I went to North Carroll High School to talk with the school counselors and to share with them about EBI and what we are doing. So EBI is working to partner with the local high schools here. So that's how my week went. It wasn't much, but it was very, I would say, a lot of traveling here and there just to meet up new different people and to share what EBI is about in the community since we just relocated here right before the pandemic. So that's how my week was. Anybody want to share anything extra exciting of about their week before Miss Rina take over? Okay. So if nothing, I want to go and review what we talked about the past two Saturdays to give a little bit of background. I know so 2 weeks ago we talked about time management, right? And how we as a people, the better we have control of our time, the better we are in not being stressed out and being always ready, regardless of what is going on in our environment. Because when we know whatever is due or what we are involved in at any given time, we are able to give our best self, right? So we talked about that. you guys shared with us. We did an exercise where you guys plugged in your time, your schedule from the time you go to bed to the time you wake up and the things that you do. And we found out the percentage of time people are putting to sleep and the percentage of time people are spending in playing games or doing their schoolwork and stuff. And we shared some of you, so we shared how we got to try to rest because some of us are staying up all night in the trying to learn or play games or catch up on other stuff. Others too were claiming that sleep doesn't come, so they find themselves going to bed at 11 or 12 a.m. and they're waking up at 5 a.m. for school, and because of schoolwork and all that stuff. And so what we have expressed is that no matter how crazy your schedule is, and we even encourage you guys that when you come from school, try to even take like a 30-minute nap or rest, whereby you just unwind. And some people say, oh, it's not possible. If they take that few minutes of nap, they find themselves oversleeping and all that stuff. And so all the suggestions that we have shared with them, it's not going to work. And so last week we discussed that we discussed the importance of importance of improving improving your time management or your schedule. So I want to share this screen just to give a little bit background for Ms. Rena. So we talked about how time management help decrease stress and improve negative moods and bolster self-confidence, create good friendships, strengthen careers, and help people to reach their goals. Time management at the end of the day helps improve mental health. And we share that how can you effectively manage your time? And we said it's all about planning and organizing. If you plan well, and we said that if you fail to plan, prepare to what? To fail. And that includes your schoolwork, your assignments, your family chores, things that you have to do for family, things that you have to do for yourself or even your friends and whatnot. And when you organize yourself better, you are able to put your very best self out there in the community, at school. And these things are some of the stuff that it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm doing it whilst I'm in high school, I'm in middle school, but I'm doing it and hoping that it will become a lifestyle, right? And the more we work on improving that, when we get to college, it will help us a lot because college is a different where there's nobody telling you how to schedule your time. You got to figure it out yourself. And no matter what, at the end of the semester, how you manage your time will show when it comes to your grade. And so the earlier we work on managing our time, the better for us, right? And then we talked about how time management involves 3 steps where you have to assess how you currently use your time, which we did. We have assessed how we currently use our time. We have created a schedule and we hope to follow the schedule that we have. And so whatever schedule that you have, it might not look like it's working, but they will say consistency, right? Be consistent with it. Where they need to be an improvement, definitely improve them. But don't be stuck on that, like, oh, it's not going to work, or I have tried and it's not working and all that stuff. Because I said the older we get, the more things get cumbersome. The older we get, the more we are required to do more things. And so the earlier we start to address these issues, the more better for us, right? And so with that being said, it says follow your schedule, create your schedule and follow it. And we asked our teachers from Ejura, Frante, why do we even care about how you guys manage your time? Because it felt like we are telling you guys what to do, right? And you guys hate that. And so we had to help you guys understand it's not our way of trying to control you guys. No, we are here to suggest stuff. And you guys have your own free will to make those decisions, whether you will take it or not. But above all, life right now for us, we have seen the importance of time management. And care because we want you guys to be successful or succeed when it comes to life in college. I've seen a lot of people drop out of college not because they are not smart, but they couldn't juggle the social life and the school life and all those things. They were partying all night, and during the day, they don't have time to even wake up to go to class or to even submit the assignment. They couldn't manage their time well. They were all about the social life, and they failed to really focus on the very reason why they are on campus. And so the more you know what exactly you have to do in your assignment and your schoolwork and all those things, it helps you to be a better person and be able to even have better relationship, not only for your teachers or your school, but even friendship, family, and all that stuff. And whether you are going to college or not, life after college or life after high school, the career that you take, the job that you go, even if you want to start business, you are gonna have to know how to manage your time. When you are given a time work, you need to be able to figure out what is due, what are the critical things, right? What is critical, and be able to submit those assignments on time. Whoever is employing you is not gonna tell you how to manage your time. Most of them, all they care about is give me or send me your like give me or present your assignment or your task. And so I will end here. And I know we went over to review the duties of or what are the things that you are required to do, and you guys shared all the things that you are required to do. Majority of you didn't say that you have to drive. Right now you are not driving. You are not worried about money for food and all those. So, Aguna, if you're not speaking, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. And so, with that being said, what I want you guys to understand is that as cumbersome or as much as you are responsible to do, helping at home, school, extracurricular activities and stuff, when you get older, the responsibility increase. Now you have to drive yourself most of the time, right? And so if you are not resting, if your time management is bad, you will find yourself driving behind the wheel, tired, and that is dangerous. You will have to now find ways to pay your bills. So the responsibilities is going to increase. I know right now it looks like it's a lot on your plate, but it's going to get more worse. Okay. And so the better you start managing your time, the less stress you are going to find yourself as we all get older. Okay. So that is what I wanted to share. And so that Ms. Rena can understand all the craziness that we've been talking about. So now over to you, Ms. Rena. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Good. Oh, I'm not going to talk. You guys talk. Sorry.
So is there any way that David, you can be on the screen? Like instead of the emojis, can you show your actual faces? Ms. Letitia, are you in a common room with them?
Yes, I'm here. Oh, you can see me. I'm here with them. Stop, guys. Okay. I'm here with them.
Okay. So I want to try something a little bit different today. So let's see. Okay. Shares. All right. So, is David on?
Yep, he's here.
So I want to try something. I can't see him on my screen, so I don't know if he's on the screen or if his emoji is still on there.
David, your video.
Miss Letitia, David is yours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Crazy Ariane.
So I want to try something. We're going to do something we call role play.
Okay.
You're going to be the child and David is going to be the parent.
Okay.
And the challenge is that he is supposed to get you to go to bed on time, and you are going to fight him like tooth and nail and not go. David, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so your task, you are the parent, and Miss Letitia is the child. Your job is to get her to bed on time as a parent.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So you need to tell her to go to bed.
Can you go to bed, please?
Can I finish my homework?
Uh, what does it do?
It's due next week.
Um, Maybe not. If it's due next week, then I think so. You have a lot of time.
But I want to finish it tonight
Why?
because I'm almost done. I have like one last question.
Our biggest question.
Well, I have to go on YouTube and also do a little research, but it's not that bad. I should be finishing very soon.
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Oh, Lord. Miss Rena, I didn't do good.
No. So he didn't get you to bed yet.
No, he hasn't.
Oh,
Thank you. I'll be done very soon.
okay. If you don't go to bed in those 5 minutes, I won't let you do. I won't. You'll be grounded for like 5 weeks.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so David, was that difficult being a parent?
No, a little bit.
Okay, not at all.
It was a little hard.
What was hard about it?
The fact that it was hard to like get to bed because you kept arguing with me left and right.
Okay, so then what do you need to do even though she's still arguing with you left and right? What can you do for both of you to meet in a place where you can compromise?
Maybe I could like give her something like small if she goes to bed like the next day.
But then if whatever you give her, she doesn't care about it, she's not going to do it. And if she's always going to expect you to give something to her, like what are you really teaching her as a parent then?
Oh, you're right. Uh, Maybe like I could take something away from her.
Like what?
Maybe if she was like older, around like in high school, I would like take away her phone.
But she is your age right now, so what can you take
Oh,
from her?
maybe like her computer.
Okay, do you think she'll learn the lesson then if you take the computer?
I'm not sure about that.
What do you think it would take for her to get it?
Did you know
Huh?
that? You.
Maybe I could take away like our like take away her privileges.
Such as,
Um, maybe like she can't watch TV when she gets home.
anything else?
Uh, maybe like her phone because at this age I actually do have a phone.
Okay. Do you think she'll get it then?
Probably.
Okay. And if she doesn't?
Uh, Wait, probably yell at her.
Mhm.
What do you think the yelling is gonna do? Is it not going to start like a whole World War III?
No,
You sure? Do you like it when she, as a parent, yells at you?
no,
So do you think you yelling at her is going to solve the whole issue with going to bed?
no.
Okay. Let me take you off the hot seat. Is Fatima there?
I can't hear you.
Oh, not today.
Is Fatima there? I've been hearing the name Fatima a lot. Is she there?
Yeah. Fatima from Afrante.
No,
Martin.
no, madam.
She's
Okay.
not there?
Yes, madam.
We have
What about what's the other name I hear a lot?
Michael. Is
Bethel. Bethel something. Bethel.
anybody called Beto?
What about Prince? I hear the name Prince also.
That's Prince. Prince. I'm gonna.
Madam,
Who is the teacher where you're at?
yes, madam.
Who's the teacher?
The,
You're the
parent.
teacher?
No, that's they are in SHS.
So
They
there isn't a teacher over there?
no.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do for me. Prince, you're going to be a teacher,
Okay.
and your colleague is going to be a student.
And that's
Okay.
David.
Ma'am.
Okay, so David, you're going to be a student. I guess I have another David on that side. Prince, you can teach any subject matter you want, and David, you're going to be as disrespectful and as rowdy as you possibly can. Are you ready?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Prince, whenever you're ready, you start teaching, and David, whenever you feel like it, you jump in and you disrupt him. Your job, Prince, is to teach and keep control
So,
of the
please,
class and not lose your cool regardless of what David is doing. You ready?
so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
So, the moment you say we should just start doing
Yes.
the form. How is it?
Yes. We can't hear you.
So, madam, please, I can take any
Any subject.
Okay.
Just teach the subject, and he's just going to be disrupting the class.
I would like to teach physics. Yes.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
So I haven't been a teacher before.
Mhm.
Just go for it. You're teaching a class and one person is going to be disrupting.
So today, we are going to learn what is will. So when you say will, what do you understand by will? We are coming to learn will. So what do you understand by the term will? I'm asking you a question. Okay.
I think Prince is having a hard time being disruptive in the class. Yes?
So,
Is it because we're all watching?
no.
Is Julie and Arian there?
Arian is here.
Is Julie or Naima there?
Not,
Let me ask you.
Wait, is Tony there?
no, he's not feeling well.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not feeling well. Amira and Naima are here.
Okay, so can Arian be a teacher and one of them disrupt the class?
Okay, Arian.
Okay, I can be the teacher. I instructing science.
Wait, so am I the instructor or?
Yeah, you're this. Yes, Arian, you're the instructor,
but I
and
want-
one of them is going to be disrupting your class.
Don't worry, you already do that on a regular basis. You don't have to pretend.
Oh God. Go for it.
I'm gonna teach the class and Aaron is gonna try to disrupt, okay?
No, I actually
So,
want
good morning,
you to
everyone.
Boring.
Wait. Let Arian teach the
Womp
class.
womp.
Let Arian teach the class and what's his name, Letitia?
This class.
You're not him, Rama.
Sorry.
Can you be quiet?
What's the person's name? The one that's talking?
I'm trying to teach a class here, Aaron.
Nuh-uh.
Quiet?
Who's
Okay.
talking?
All right, so, as I was saying, today we're gonna talk about.
Shake
how
the
important exercise is.
shake the potato. Shake the potato.
All right, so today we're gonna talk about.
Oh.
Miss Letitia.
Womp womp.
Is that Uncle Nee that's talking?
Yes.
So can we switch the roles?
Send me away
Like
from the
Arian
class as a
teach and
punishment?
he
I
disrupt
I
the
don't think
class.
this is a punishment.
So he wants you to switch the roles around. Instead of you being the teacher, Arian be the teacher.
Okay.
Aaron, you might be the teacher.
All right, let's do this. Let's go, Alicia.
All right, go ahead.
Today we will be learning about history.
Interested in hearing from which day?
Okay. Anyways,
No.
slavery.
Oh, no, we're not gonna listen to that today.
Abraham Lincoln was a guy who existed, and he was
Okay. No, you don't wanna talk about somebody that is dead. You
Womp
wanna talk
womp.
about.
Anyways, Abraham Lincoln was a guy who
No,
existed,
not
and then he
talking
went to a funny theater and he got shot in the head.
No, we're not talking about.
Would you rather have me talk about let's go. George Washington, who's older and deader.
I'd rather have you talk about Joe Biden, who's still alive and is our president.
Joe Biden is a guy who exists and now he's in office. Yeah, but we were not talking about you, Rama.
Okay, so let's pause for a
Is
second.
that conversation enough?
Arian, you forgot the whole class and you just
At least I gotta
focused
be part of
on
the skit.
you focus solely on him. What about the rest of the class? Huh?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
So Arian, you forgot about the rest of the class and you engaged solely with him one-on-one and you were having a debate about what to discuss. So what about the rest of the class?
The rest of the class, I guess, they were just listening to the back and forth going on between Aaron and
But I want this from Arian's
you-
perspective because he is supposed to be taking control of the class. So why didn't he do that?
I was just trying to teach my lesson and ignore the problem because no one else is being a problem, just him. And I would talk to him later.
But you ignoring the problem wasn't going away, and you ended up actually engaging it one-on-one, forgetting everybody else.
Yeah, that's true, but there's I'm gonna relate this to trolls. So online people named trolls will like disrupt conversations for no reason. And the common consensus is that you don't feed the trolls and give them attention because that's what they were looking for. And that was my exact line of thinking when it came to dealing with troublemakers in the class.
So I can understand why you would say that, but you actually did the opposite because you were asking him questions like, would you rather talk about Abraham Lincoln? And then you literally forgot the whole subject matter and you were engaging with him one-on-one. So you allowed him to distract you and take you off your focus point into something else that was never the goal for that morning, for that
That's
where you
true.
were going. So why did you do that?
Because I can think properly during both Rama and Uncle going. If only one of them was speaking and the other one wasn't, maybe it would have been easier.
Okay. Prince, what was so hard about being a teacher? Mr. Prince. Are we frozen? Okay, I'm gonna move on. That was just a little activity I wanted to do to break the ice. At the same time, it's also going to tie in into the subject matter for today. So before I get started, there is this video my mom sent me about teachers and students I wanted to share with you. This is from, I don't know if it's Ghana or what. I did remember to share my sound today. So hopefully it should all play.
What is your name?
Goye. Goye, sir.
Don't use sir for me.
Okay, sir.
I said don't use sir for me.
I'm sorry, sir. I mean, I'm sorry.
Do you know me?
No, sir. No.
You mean you cannot recognize this face?
Sorry. I cannot even see the face.
Look up. Look up. Hmm?
I can't recognize the face.
Your first name is Theophilus.
Yes, I am Theophilus Goye.
You were a teacher at Habaoki High School.
Yes.
You mean you still cannot recognize me?
Honestly, I can't. I have never met you in my life.
No problem. I will help you. Do you remember Omalaki Ajayi? Then known as Lucky Monster.
Lucky?
Yes, this is Lucky. now popularly known as Lakuma. I used to be your student at Habauke High School. Do you remember what you did to me back then?
Lucky. You know the offense you committed is a serious one. In the past, some students have either been suspended or even expelled from this school for lesser offenses. Huh? You should thank God the principal accepted my pleas on your behalf. Otherwise, you would have been expelled too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks to God. Now, why don't you think about your life? Eh? If you don't pity yourself, then you should pity your poor parents who are struggling to give you an education. Omalaki.
Yes, sir.
You have a bright future ahead of you. What is standing between you and that bright future is this life of waywardness. Turn a new leaf and allow God to turn your life around. Let me show you the only sure way to a glorious life on earth and in eternity. Come along with me.
You remember everything. What really touched my heart? Believed you.
You are not
All
talking.
the teachers stood against me. You were the only one who stood by me. While all the teachers said, "To hell with me," you were the only one who believed it could be well with me. You spoke for me before the school authority. You stuck out your neck to beg the principal on my behalf. The principal forgave me. You went ahead to preach to me. I was really touched that I wept like a baby. I eventually surrendered my life to Jesus Christ that day.
Please, can I ask a question? Since you were saved that day, why? I mean, how did you end up doing this? Oh,
My salvation did not last for long. It lasted as long as you remained a teacher at AHS. Because you continued to encourage and monitor me. But as soon as you got transferred to another school outside town, I found myself at the mercy of other school teachers who continued to talk down on me. Some of them never believed I was truly born again, including the so-called Christian teachers. Some of them even told me I could never amount to anything good in life. I was discouraged, and I returned back to my former way of life. I later got expelled from AHS after being a girl. Thereafter, the vehicle of my life began to journey down the slope of recklessness at a very high speed. The downward journey did not stop until I ended up in crime.
oh, Malaki.
I have been harvesting and selling human parts for so many years. No one has ever entered this den and escaped alive. Not one. Mr. Goye, today should have been your last day on earth. But because you sowed the seed of love into my life many years ago, you will reap the fruit of what you sowed today. I will set you free.
So I have a question. Do you have a person in school who speaks out for you the way this teacher spoke for him when he was growing up? Okay, Arian has one. Who else has that person in school that they know that regardless of what they do, that person would go back for them? They would speak for them. Those of you in high school or SHS, do you have somebody at the school that you know they got your back? Not a child, not a colleague, but an adult in the school that you know that regardless of what you're doing, this adult will back you up and they will go speak for you, even if you've committed murder. They will go plead on your behalf for you to be for them to show you leniency.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So I heard from Agona. What about the other people? No one?
madam.
No, who said no?
Madam, it's me, Michael.
Michael, where are you?
I'm Francie.
You don't have anybody at your school that you can talk to.
No, madam.
Okay. Anybody else? Ethan, how about you?
Please, madam, yes.
Who said yes?
Please, madam.
Martin said yes. Okay. Ethan, how about you?
Yeah.
Okay. What about your parents? Do you know if your parents will go back for you? So even if you did something wrong, you would tell them. Do you have an adult in the family that you would talk to regardless of what was going on? And you know that they'll be there for you. I mean, they will yell probably, but then they will still be there. Yes? No? Yeah. Okay. So let's just jump right in if I could get my computer to work. All right. So week 1, we talked about mental health and how we feel about ourselves and the world around us. Week 2, we talked about communication. Week 3, we talked about anxiety and how anxiety has to do with fear. So I told you false evidence appearing real. There's also forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So when fear comes, you're either going to face it or you're going to run. Okay. The whole concept, the way this ties into mental health is if you're able to handle and address these things, you increase your ability to withstand certain things. So then you're not as depressed or being anxious as most people are right now. Your self-esteem increases, your way you see and perceive yourself is not down in the toilet, so to speak. I watched your videos actually the past 2 weeks, so I know you've been dealing with time management. 2 weeks ago and with the sleep and the schedules, and then last week you had the PowerPoint presentation on it. I heard Miss Letitia asking you all a few times why did she doing this, or why are they doing this, and why are they stressing you? She kept using the word stress a lot because it seems like you were giving her the impression that she was stressing you all. One of the big things I took from your meetings the last 2 weeks was that you were not getting enough sleep. So the benefits of deep sleep, your memory forms and it stores properly. Your brain and your body is able to function a whole lot better. It promotes growth. If you think about babies sleep a lot, and the more babies sleep, the more they grow. Your tissues regenerate. It boosts your immune system. Your energy takes a whole new kick into for you to function better. So I will say that your body is like a car. We all know cars. Most of you, if you're here, your parents have a car. If you're in Ghana, you travel in vehicles, the trotro, and so to different places or taxis, boat, wherever you're going. So your body is like a car, and sleep is the gas that you put in the car. If you don't put enough gas in the car, you can only go so far. So for instance, if your gas is on empty, well, you're not going to get very far. So if your gas is on half, you're only going to be able to function 50% of the time. But if it's full, you are energized and invigorated to do what it is that you need to do, which is why they were stressing the fact that you will need to make sure that you are getting at least 8 hours of sleep a day, between 7 and 8. If you're in elementary school, you probably need to work on somewhere between 9 and 10 hours. If you're here in the States, I can't speak for Maryland, but I know that in South Carolina, high schoolers don't start school till 9:30. Middle school doesn't start till 8:30. However, elementary school starts school at 7:15 and they're out by 2 o'clock. So a lot has to be put in place there because apparently the older ones need more sleep to function. So sleep is super duper duper essential.
Wow. Over here is opposite.
Oh, really?
High schoolers are out by 7, right? Yeah, over here is opposite.
Gotcha. Yeah, South Carolina is doing some strange things. So I wanted to bring this back. Everything that they've mentioned the past 2 weeks all ties down into those three things I showed you all about 5 weeks ago, which is the way what you're going to think, how you're going to feel, and how you're going to behave all has to do with the things that are in your space and what you're doing. So for instance, if you don't have enough sleep, you're in school, your first period class, you were a little sleepy and maybe not so pleasant to be around. You're short with people. And so your behavior, some people are gonna say you are a snob or you're being bratty or you're being mean. And then once they start treating you that way, you're going to start thinking something else, and that's going to generate another feeling situation and another behavior will occur. So it's just one big domino effect going on. And so you need to make sure that you're doing better with that. So for today, we are going to be touching our boundaries. That was one of the reasons why I had you do that role play earlier on to see if you can execute the role properly without invading somebody else's boundary. What is or are boundaries and what does it have to do with mental health? So to put it in layman terms, boundaries are simply the limits and rules that we set for ourselves in relations to protecting our feelings and our thoughts. So there are rules that you have in place for you to protect yourself or to make sure that you're comfortable where you go and what you do. I found this on Word. The boundary stands for be aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that it's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. So drawing boundaries with people who take advantage of you. As you can see, she is in that circle. It's invisible. However, she has put it there. And so regardless of who's yelling, who's on the phone, who's calling her, who's talking, she is not hearing any of it. Boundaries are unique to each person and they help define where one person ends and the other one begins. So they are a crucial part of maintaining your identity, regardless, besides the way that you dress. Let's see. Boundaries should be based on your values or the things that are important to you. So if you value spending time with family, you're going to have firm rules about who's doing what. So for instance, I could tell you at my dinner table, There's no phones and there's no electronics. Even if we go out and we're eating outside, you cannot be on the phone. If we invite people that know me know that when you're at my dinner table, there is no phones. So if you have your phone out and you're on it, there's a jar, you're going to put money on it, money in it. Eventually, when you get sick of putting money in my jar, you stop using your phones or electronics at my dinner table. Your boundaries are yours and yours alone. Many of your boundaries might align with those who are close to you, but others will be unique. The other boundary I have is I don't care if my car is parked in my driveway. If I have not invited you to my house, do not show up at my door, even if you see me inside and expect that I am going to open the door. That's not going to happen. Know your boundaries before entering the situation. This will make it less likely that you will do something you are not comfortable with, such as drugs, sex, edibles, gangs, and stuff like that. So this is not mine. This is just something that I found. I will honor my emotional needs. I will not allow others to guilt or manipulate me into doing things I'm not comfortable with. I'll take care of myself first. Parents don't do a very good job of this. So we're in a way teaching our kids not to do a very good job of taking care of themselves. I will stand up for myself and voice my opinion with confidence. I will not hold myself responsible for the things beyond my control. I will communicate openly and when I need to, assertively. I will not let my happiness depend on other people. I will prioritize my mental health and physical well-being. It's not necessarily getting all the A's. It's not being the top of the class. It's making sure that you are happy doing what you're doing. It's not about getting into the Ivy League schools or being a doctor and a lawyer. You can do those things, but if you're not happy with it, you don't love what you're doing, you're going to hate it and you're going to quit after you've invested all that time in. I will cut people who make me feel small or inadequate out of my life. Types of boundaries. You have emotional. These are the thoughts and the feelings, your values, and your beliefs. How much are you willing to share with others? So I could talk about anything, but I don't talk about my family. I could talk about anything, but this is off limits. Physical, how close can the person come into your proximity without you feeling uncomfortable? Sexual, touches and giving consent. Material, don't touch my clothes, stay out of my closet. If I put my things down, don't touch it. Stop going through my phone. You borrow a jacket without asking. Taking shoes or a vehicle without consent. Time. Your time goes back to time management. The time component. If you tell someone you're going to be there at 8 o'clock and you're there at 8 o'clock, the person doesn't show up till 8:30, 9 o'clock, do you still wait for them or do you go on and do the next thing? How you manage your time is essential. Verbal, what can people say and not say to you? Is it okay for them to say, hey, shorty? Can they whistle and you respond? Can they say, hey, yo, hey, ma, hey, you, hey, handsome, hey, sexy, I'm talking to you. Are you okay with those terms? If you're not, you need to set boundaries. 5 boundaries that everybody needs. The emotional part. These are things that are not appropriate to discuss, that you're just not about, and so you're not willing to listen to it. You need to know what those things are for you. That way, when you hear them, when it's coming your way, you can put a block there. Material, what are the things that nobody can touch? Like my mom would say, if she buys something new, if she hasn't worn it the first time after she just bought it, nobody touch it. Time and energy. So I have a what's the thing called? I have a time focus thing on my phone. So work mode and sleep mode. I don't answer my phone after 7:30 p.m. And when it's sleep time, I don't care who it is. You can text, whatever. I'm not picking up. If it is a time that if I'm at work, there are only certain people that can get through my calls when I'm at work because I'm at work. And that will probably be my husband and my children's school and my mom. If not, it won't come through. Mental. All right, freedom to have your own beliefs, values, and your opinions. I respect your opinion, even though I don't agree with it. So you're agreeing to disagree, and you can distance from there. Physical. Uh, can they touch you? Can they not touch you? Can they be in your space to the point where you can smell their breath? If you're okay with that, then by all means. If you're not, you probably need to put something in place there. I was going to say something, I forgot. So for myself, with boundaries with respect to emotional, time, mental, if you call me and you want to gossip or share something with me, I have a couple of questions I'm going to ask. Is what you're about to tell me true? If it's true, okay, is what you're about to share going to benefit me? Is it important? Is it going to enrich my life in any way? If it's not going to enrich my life, then no, I don't want to hear about it. On to the next thing. I can tell you that a few times. If you're not listening and you still want to persist with it, I won't pick up your calls. And I have no problem telling you that I didn't pick up the call. I program my phones in different ways. Sometimes people have different codes on their names. And so if it rings, if it comes through, I know not to pick up. So for instance, I could put like REN DNA. If I put DNA next to a person's name, it just means do not answer. So if the call comes through and there's DNA next to it, I know not to answer. So that's a boundary that I have put in place for that. All right. So for some time example, that does not sound really fun and I'm not free that day. So that means the point of ask you to do something that you can't do. Or I would love to come and I can only stay for an hour. You put in a limit there. You're not staying past an hour. I'm happy to offer you my time. However, this is how much it's going to cost you. Physical, you're standing too close. Can you back up a second? I can say that when I was working in California, there was a guy outside who was smoking. And when you're outside, it's a common area for everyone. So when he started smoking, I moved because it's a common area for everyone. I moved to a different spot. The minute I moved to a different spot, he came over to where I was with another guy and they were smoking again. So this time I said something. I said, hey, listen, when we were over there, you started smoking. I moved because I understand that it's your right. You get allowed to smoke anywhere you want. But because you started smoking over there, I moved over here. Now you come in my space. This is not allowed. So can you please move and take it someplace else? And he did move and he took it someplace else. So I'm protecting my physical. You are responsible for what comes into your space. So if things are coming into your space that you're not okay with, you need to find a way to put a block there to keep it out. So make sure that you're protecting your thoughts and your feelings. Let's see. Healthy versus unhealthy. So there are three types of boundaries. You have the loose boundary, the healthy boundary, and the rigid boundary. The rigid and the loose ones are the two that are unhealthy. So it kind of goes like along the communication component, where the loose one would be the one that's similar to the turtle-like behavior because they're passive, their needs are unclear, they struggle to say no, they're dependent on other people's opinions, they constantly need to be reassured, they overshare information, and they're scared of being rejected. So even if you ask them to do something, even when it's not in their means, they're going to try to do it, regardless of whether they have it or not. The rigid one, we would say, is either the fox or the snake. They're not flexible. No expectations. They're quick to cut you off. They're cold. They avoid intimacy. They don't believe in second chances. If you hurt someone of them, there's no apology. They're willing to take things personal, okay? Then the healthy one, we would say, would be the assertive communicator. They're very clear about what they want. They can adjust boundaries based on the relationships. They have no problem saying no and not going to feel guilty about it. They do not accept abuse and they will stand up for themselves. So you can walk away from things. If your friend offers you a vape, they offers you a cigarette, you can walk away from it. About I want to say 10 years ago in Ghana, there was an article in KNUST paper about this kid, very brilliant. He finished JHS, and so his family didn't have the money, but the whole town pitched the money together, and they put him into an SSS school. He was super duper smart, so they believed that he was going to be something, so that whatever he became, it would benefit the town. Well, he's a small guy. When he went to SSS, we all know SSS in Ghana is boarding school, majority of them. When he got there were some kids who were picking on him and being mean. So this is bullying-like behavior. And he told a friend. The friend went with him to tell one of the head, the house masters, whatever you call them, house mistress, house masters. But instead of the house master taking the kid out of the dorm and protecting the kid, he sent the kid back to the dorm. When they sent the kid back to the dorm, the seniors who were abusing him found out that he had told on them, so they took him off campus that night, and they smoked. So they forced him to take the drugs that they were taking, and that small, because of his size, the one puff that he took went through his brain and he died. So that impacted him and his whole community. So you see the boundary situation, he couldn't speak up for himself regardless of how much he tried. The size, they overcame and overpowered him, and he did something because he was afraid. So if you are the boundary range, if you are in the circle, 6 feet around you, who can be in that circle? The 6 feet beyond that, who can be in that inner circle? Then in the middle circle, who's in that one, and who is inside the outer circle? Okay, so for instance, myself, I'm in the middle or in the purple. In the purple, next one would be my husband and my children. Then I would have my mom, my sisters, then I'll have my extended family, then I'll have my work people, then I would have everybody else. So you have to know where people fall. My circle is probably not 6. Mine will probably be like 6, 12, 18, 24, because I keep people super duper far away. So like if that's you in the center where it says me, your mom and your dad and your family are the ones over. Then you have extended family, and maybe your best friends could be in that greenish looking thing. Then everybody else that's in your school could be in the next one. Your teachers could be in the light blue one. And then the strangers, you want to maybe keep the strangers a little bit further away from that, but you need to make sure that you have this in place so you know who's where. Sometimes people can move in and out of circles. So sometimes, even though your mom is close by, your mom can end up in the blue one, depending on what's going on with you at that time, between the two of you. And sometimes you need to do that to make sure that you're protecting yourself. But eventually, when both of you have an understanding, you can move them back, if that makes any sense. The advantages of a healthy boundary. You are literally boosting up your psychological part of your being. You are avoiding burnout because you're not running all over the place. Emotionally, you're good. Your identity is established. You can't be pushed any way, shape, or form. And others do not influence you. So in essence, you're not a follower, but you are a leader. And it shows maturity and independence. Let's see. All right, so this is your first scenario.
Do you have the notes from section 2 for tomorrow? Do you think I could borrow them possibly?
Yeah, I think so. What happened to your notes? Did you lose them again?
What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, where are my gym shorts? They were in here this morning. Oh, I borrowed them the other day for gym. But I have them right here.
What's that weird stain on them?
Oh, yeah. I fell into a mud puddle by the basketball courts. I'm really sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I was really embarrassed.
You took my clothes and got mud all over them? You didn't even ask?
Well, relax. I was just borrowing them. I'm sorry, so I can explain.
I get it.
I'm sorry.
All right, so what is wrong with this one? What was the boundary that was crossed?
Rama has her hands. Rama.
Boundary, took the guy took the girl's clothes without asking for permission, and I don't think she wanted that to happen because now there's mud all over it.
Okay. What other boundary was crossed?
Her trust. She probably doesn't trust him anymore because he took something without asking.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Can anybody at all walk over to you and ask you, hey, what color is your underwear? I'm gonna need you to talk.
No.
Why not?
No. That's invasive.
That's invasive. But can your mom ask you that?
She
Yeah.
probably already.
Irene, what did you say?
He said she probably know already.
So you do realize that, so like the circle ranges that I showed you, there are certain people that can ask you certain questions, and there are other people who cannot ask you those questions. So in this video, it looks like they have that relationship where they borrow each other's clothing, right? However, she wasn't aware that this particular time it was missing, and then he went too far with it without telling her. That was where the boundary issue was. So your next one is...
do you have the note?
All right, so your next one is this. Your friend calls you late at night to discuss issues they're having with another friend or a parent, and you need to wake up early in the morning. How do you respond?
I would tell them that we could
Naima,
talk
what did you
about
say?
I would tell them that we could talk about it in the afternoon.
Okay, who else?
Depending on the friend, if it was like my best friend, I would talk to her no matter the time. But if it's another friend, I would say, okay, can we talk in like later?
All right. How about the guys?
If she really needed to like talk about it, then I would like just respond immediately.
Okay. David, what grade are you in?
4th.
You're in 4th grade. When is your bedtime?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Do you keep your phone in your room, or do your parents keep your phone when you're going to bed?
I don't use the phone very often.
Okay. So if a friend calls you and they said that the parents just got into a huge fight, or one of them hit her or him, what do you do? And they're sending that message to you, what do you do?
I guess I would like try to respond. That way I don't have to deal with it later.
But how are you going to deal with it? Are you able to help that friend at all through that?
He or she that I will call he or she back.
I couldn't hear you.
Somebody was saying they will call somebody back. Who's that?
I think I would.
I'll call you.
I think so. I would have the capacity.
I'll call you when I wake up.
You call them when you wake up. Okay, David, can you finish your thought?
Yeah, anyway, if I had the capacity, I would like try to talk to them.
Okay. What can you do to help her about her family though?
Maybe try like make a joke.
Why wouldn't you tell your mom and dad to fix this, or give it to them to handle it? Why do you feel like you have to be the one to fix it?
Because my mom doesn't know my friends that much.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you think it's going to take for your mom to know your friends?
Maybe like come to the school.
All right. Thank you so very much. Here's your second one. You notice your friend has been eating your food, always taking food from your tray, or going through your lunch bag without asking. You've never discussed plans to share food, and you don't want them eating your food. What do you do?
You tell them to stop eating.
Okay. What if they don't stop? They still keep doing it. What do you do?
Yeah, please, madam, I'll report him to a teacher or a master.
You report them to a teacher or a master. Okay. Somebody's hands up in your giraffe. Go ahead.
Please, madam, I want him to never take my food again.
Okay. What if he doesn't listen and he still keeps doing it?
I'll report him to the authorities.
And if the authorities don't do anything about it, what then? You tell the teacher, the
I will hide
headmaster.
my.
I would
I will
distance.
hide mine.
You hide your food?
Yes.
Okay.
I would gradually like distance myself from my friend, because if you're my friend, you should be like respectful of my feelings, and if I tell you something, you should at least like consider it before you.
Okay.
He's into my hands.
Anybody else have anything else to say with the whole friend eating your food thing? What about if it was your sibling, your brother, your sister, keep eating your stuff?
If it gets to an extent, I'll punch him.
Ah. Okay. Anybody else?
I will talk to her that if you want to eat my food, try and ask me. I will give you a permission.
What if they never ask? It's just your food.
I will warn her.
You warn her. Okay.
Can I speak real quick? Can I speak, please?
Sure.
Anyways, so let's just randomly say that this food is a donut, okay? they keep stealing. I bring a good Krispy Kreme donut or something. It's filled with like jam. Uh, and they keep on stealing it. What I would do in retaliation, first I'd ask them to stop. They don't. I would put mustard inside of that donut and then put it onto my lunch tray like normal. And when they go to take a bite out of that donut,
They'd be eating mustard.
that's my solution at least.
You do realize that there are some people that are still going to keep going at it regardless of you putting mustard or ketchup in that donut. So the point is for you to draw a boundary to say that, okay, no, can't happen anymore. You don't respect me enough to respect my wishes. And so maybe I need to put you in 12 feet or 18 feet away from me and my things. That way we don't have to do this dance all the time. And so you can understand that, no, I mean this and this is serious to me. I need to move you into 24 feet away from me. So you can do that, but they're gonna keep coming because some people just don't have the maturity to understand that you were telling them, no, stop, until you actually distance yourself. That's how you put in a healthier boundary. We don't want you. So the thing that I tell kids, anything that you want to do, I am okay with you experimenting and trying things. However, regardless of what you do, you need to make sure that you are not hurting yourself, you are not hurting somebody else, and you are not destroying anybody's property. So long as you are not breaking any of those three things, then by all means, try it out and let's see how it goes. So Julie, you punching your sister out. We don't want a situation where you punch them out so hard that they end up in the hospital and then now we got to come visit you with an orange jumpsuit. We don't want that. So we want you to find a healthier solution to that situation, if that makes sense. So if you all didn't know, February is actually
Sorry,
Teen Day.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if I decided to stop bringing food to school? At least that way, that person won't hurt me or eat my food. So yeah, I think many people fall into that category if they see something that they would not entertain, they rather stop doing that thing instead of actually reporting.
So the thing that we are advocating is we want them to be solution focused and problem solvers. Majority of the time, if you're in elementary school and you are always telling a teacher, a principal, assistant principal, that's fine. When you get into middle school and high school, we want you to be solution minded, in the sense that you are not always going to rely on teachers to solve the thing for you. If we are being honest, majority of the time, the way you would want the issue handled is not how the adult you're reporting it to is going to handle it. We are from too many different backgrounds. So what is essential to you and it's important to you, the person that you reported it to majority of the time, it's nothing. So they're not going to handle it the way that you want to handle it. With respect to the question that you asked of the person is taking your food, so you are going to stop bringing in food. You're the one that's feeding your body. This is sustenance for you to be able to function through the day. So that would not be the ideal way to handle it. Unless you decide that before you go to lunch, you finish your food on the hallway into the cafeteria. That's what you choose to do. But to just go out and say you're not bringing food as a way to solve it, if you buy food from the cafeteria and they decide to take from your plate, they will. If you're buying snacks and you have classes with this individual, especially if they sit next to you and they're that comfortable with you, they would have no problem putting their hands in your chip bag or whatever and taking it and eating it. So that not bringing the food is not going to solve the problem. It's a matter of you finding the distance to say, no, this is not okay, and stop doing it. And you need to find a way to do it for them to get the message, because not everybody gets it. Some people think it's a joke. Some people think you're just playing around. So you may have to try different things and for them to get that, no, don't mess with her food. Don't touch her food. For them to know that, no, you mean serious. Does that answer your question that you asked with respect to not bringing food as the solution?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
And
So
Madam,
I know, was that a question, a comment?
comments. What if I just put a boundary like a padlock to what
To
I'm
lock the
storing my
food?
food?
To lock the
Yes.
food? So let's say that you're in high school and you have your chop box with your food and stuff in it. If I really want to get into your chop box, I can get into your chop box. So you can go to lectures or go to a hall and whatever, and you come back and I'm eating your gari and shito with sardines. What are you gonna do?
Just come and help you.
Huh?
Just come and help you to eat it.
You come help me eat your own food. How are you going to stop me from going into it and eating it when you're not there?
Madam,
Just
please.
lock it up so that you not get access to my trouble and then my
I didn't hear everything you said.
said what I can do is that just lock my trouble so that you not have access to it.
Okay, you can lock it, but I'm saying if I'm that determined, I can get into it, right? So you can first try locking it, see if they're able to get in or not. If they're able to get in, then you need to think of something else to lock. It's another way to protect your food. Does that make sense?
Yes, madam.
Okay, was somebody else saying something?
Madam, please, I was just saying is, I'll ask you that, where did you get a key and why did you, like, why didn't you ask permission from me to enter my chop box? And
Okay.
if you not get, like, you didn't get any explanation, then I will warn you. If it is still continuing, then I will take you to the housemaster.
Okay. All right. I would take that one because you are putting steps in place. I am actually curious to see how that would work out if you have persistent people like some of the kids that I have seen on my side. So thanks for that from Francie. Anybody else with the subject of people taking food off your plate? No? All right. So with respect to boundaries and putting boundaries in place, February is National Teen Violence Dating Awareness Month, if you all didn't know. And so 1 in 8 1 in 8 high school students will report experiencing some form of dating violence. Teen dating violence can look like physical violence, sexual violence, psychological aggression, and stalking. Youth who experience dating violence or are at a higher risk of victimization. Children who experience dating violence are at a higher risk of being victimized in adulthood. So in other words, kids who are experience violence in their teenage years, the older they get, they go through some challenges with their mental health. Youth who experience dating violence are more likely to experience depression and anxiety, engage in unhealthy behaviors such as drugs and alcohol use, Majority of the time when you see people who are on drugs, especially if they are in their teens, early 20s, and you are wondering why they do it and you don't understand why they don't just quit, it's because they are trying to forget something, something happened and they don't know how to cope with it. When they take the alcohol or they take the drugs, they're numbing themselves from feeling whatever it is that happened to them. So it's the reason why the whole drugs and alcohol thing is a big issue, or it has been a big issue. They exhibit antisocial behaviors, which would include lying, theft, bullying, and hitting. So sometimes the people that you see who are bullies in school, they don't mean to set out to be bullies. They're probably being bullied at home in their community, or an older sibling or somebody in the home is doing something similar to them and they don't know any other way to handle it besides when they come to school, they look for somebody else to take it out on. They suffer from an eating disorder and they have thoughts about suicide. Violence in teen relationships sets the foundation for future challenges in relationships. Learning to create and maintain a healthier boundary would help manage one's emotions and communicate in a healthier way that will set one up for success throughout their lives. Here is your, so this is a scenario, the people that were put together, they acted this out, but here you go.
Hey, Miss Tom, can I talk to you?
Sure, come on in.
Thanks.
What's going on?
It's about my boyfriend.
It's about my girlfriend.
I feel so lost.
What's wrong? You guys seem like you were so happy.
At first, we were. But something happened and he just changed.
What do you mean? How has he changed?
It all started a couple weeks ago when he started trying to isolate me from my friends.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting with my friends.
We agreed that you're going to sit by me from now on.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did. So just go ahead and come on over here. We'll see y'all later. Come on.
Alright. Yes, bye guys. Bye.
She even kept me away from my family.
What's up? Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. So, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm going to my grandpa's birthday.
Oh, I kind of thought you were going to hang out with me.
No, I've been talking about his birthday for like ever.
Oh, I didn't notice, I guess. Sorry, I mean, you kind of have to come hang out with me this weekend.
Every little thing he started blaming me for.
Alright, guys, I'm going to pass back your papers. Good job. Some of you need to work harder next time.
Look, I got an A.
Got an F. You know what? If I wouldn't have gotten this if I didn't have to spend all my time making sure you weren't talking to other guys.
Don't blame that on me.
You
I
just
didn't
waste
do
my
that.
time. Because of you, I got this grade.
No.
She expected me to wait on her 24/7.
Why didn't you wait for me? You know you're supposed to walk me to lunch every single day. And what's this? You didn't even give me a cookie? You're such a jerk, Justin.
He started getting jealous of all my friends.
Hey, I got a question about rehearsals.
Yeah?
Are we still having them tonight?
Yeah, it's at 7.
Alright.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, just asking about rehearsal.
Can you excuse us for a second?
Sure.
What is your deal?
What are you doing talking to him?
He was asking about rehearsal.
Oh, really?
Yeah?
Why does he need to talk to you? Why about rehearsal? Why can't he just talk to somebody else?
Cause I don't know. He was just asking about rehearsal. It's no big deal.
I think it is whenever you start talking to guys over me. It's because you want to talk to him, right?
No.
Because he's better than me. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's not better than you. He's just my friend.
Okay, fine. I'll believe this for now. Just come on.
Okay.
She would always talk down on me.
Hey, have you got your lines memorized?
Excuse me, can you guys go over there for a minute, please? I need to talk to him. What are you doing?
Talking to my friends.
You're talking to my friends?
They're my friends too.
No, they're not. Didn't we agree that you can't talk to my friends if you're gonna dress like that? I mean, what is wrong with you? Why would you even think that looks good? I mean, look.
And when I tried to break it off with him, he started threatening me.
Hey,
Hey,
we need to talk.
about what?
I don't like how you've been acting these past few days. I think it's time we just take a break and move on.
Wait a minute, how have I been acting?
You're just not the same.
Like how?
You're different. You've changed. You're controlling, and I don't like it.
I'm just doing what a good boyfriend does. I'm taking care of you and making sure who you hang out with is who I want you to hang out with. So pretty much you're threatening to break up with me.
I'm not threatening to break up with you. I'm breaking up with you.
Really? So you know how much stuff I know about you. I can let everyone know every little bitty secret you got.
You wouldn't
I
tell
can make you
anybody.
nothing.
You wouldn't do that.
I think I would. I wouldn't do that to my girlfriend, but for somebody who breaks up with me, I just might.
Whenever I was away, she was constantly checking up on me.
That's when things started to get physical.
Hey,
Hey,
we need to talk about yesterday.
about what?
About you and Justin talking at the lockers whenever I specifically told you not to talk to other guys.
When he was asking me about rehearsal?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on. That was no big
You know
deal.
you're lying. That was probably him, wasn't it?
No, it was my
You're
mom.
always talking to other guys. I can't even trust you anymore.
I'm not talking to other
Be
guys.
quiet.
Don't push me. What are you doing?
You
Stop.
just need to shut your mouth.
1 in 3 high school students have been or will be involved in an abusive relationship.
1 in 10 teens have been purposely hit, slapped, or verbally abused in some way by a boyfriend or girlfriend.
If you're experiencing any of this, tell someone. Whether it's a school counselor, a parent, or a friend, there's someone there that can help you.
And just remember, you're not alone.
All right. So the purpose of me putting that in there is for you to get an idea of what it looks like, kind of in the with the relationships. It even happens in elementary school, believe it or not. Kids are, it's weird for me to say this, but I've seen it. So you have 4th and 5th graders who think they're dating and parents think it's funny. So they allow it, so to speak, and the aggressive behavior because they don't understand comes in where you are my friend, you're not allowed to talk to anybody else or go around anybody else, and so that stuff also happens. So you need to find somebody that you talk to. So let me put it this way. A good friend asks you out on a date. You are not interested in being more than friends. You would like to let them down clearly but gently. So how would you respond? Go ahead. Ariana,
I can't really say how I respond because in the moment, like I would probably say something very different. But if someone said that to me like right now, I would probably say, I'm I don't like you like that. I think we're really good friends, but I really don't feel like that for you. But I do know that you'll find someone who actually likes you back, and I'll try to let them down gently if they're like a really good friend.
anybody else? Ariane?
I'm sorry, I just don't really like you like that. I'm not looking for a relationship. Something along the lines of that.
Do you think it's going to mess up the friendship at all?
Yeah, it's certainly got to. No matter if they accepts or doesn't accept.
What if it's your best friend?
I'd still probably had the same reaction, maybe a little bit more sugar coated, but
does that mean that you would have to put a boundary between them to push them a little bit further out so things are not awkward?
Yeah.
Okay, Ejira?
Madam, please, I'll tell the person I'm not interested.
Okay. Anybody else?
Madam, please, I'll tell the person I'm busy at that time.
Okay, you're busy. Okay.
Okay, as someone who this has happened to before, I told my friend that I liked him, and he said, no, thank you. We're still kind of good friends. We just don't talk as much. So I feel like it will drift the friendship a little south. But if you're like really good friends, you'll still remain friends. And if you're not, it'll just go like back to before you guys met. You don't really like interact with each other as much.
Okay. All right. So let me show you this one.
You already know that. Telling you, bro, Jesus finna come back. You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused. No, don't act like that, no.
So what are y'all doing today after school?
Nothing.
Same. Well, today's my brother's birthday and my parents are having a dinner. Y'all wanna come?
Sure.
You in? Let me see, girl.
Why are you leaving that bar like that? I'm sorry, I can't get up. You can't do it. Hey babe, can I go out tonight? Nick, just a few. Just one.
It's horrible. What y'all doing class today? We had a vocabulary test. Tell me why was the hardest test? I still haven't even studied for it. You don't have to because you're gonna fail it anyway. Oh, wow. It's hard. Like, how many questions?
So much more. No, bro. Where are you going?
I didn't know you were learning that new word. Oh my god. In that class. I seen troposphere and I was like, yep, I'm not doing it. Can't do it. What are the layers in the atmosphere? I don't know. Matter, but does it matter? No. Like, yeah. I think that's what we're all gonna do. I think that's gonna be good. I don't know about failing. I'll talk to my counselor, see if I can get out.
Some restaurant. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, so.
Okay, y'all. I'm good. Girls night out. Yay! Okay, so your friend said it was okay?
So,
that's Josh.
what was all that about? I have no idea.
Ever since you got a boyfriend.
Acting kind of weird.
Why did you answer my text?
Babe, chill out. We're testing the entire period. I did not see them.
I'm tired of you putting me second.
I do not do that. Oh my god. Josh, she never gets to hang out with us anymore. She's always with you.
Watch out with them. That's not okay, man. That's not okay.
What's up with y'all, friend Josh?
He's been a real jerk. He kept texting her last night. Like, I don't know why he kept bothering her.
Like, she got so upset she ended up leaving her.
We told him to be cool and she was only with her friends.
I think we should go to the concert.
What do y'all think we should do?
Yeah, we should.
We?
Yes, we were her friends. We have to do something.
I don't know.
I was looking for a key coming.
Good morning.
Hi, ladies. How can I help you?
Can we talk to the counselor?
Absolutely. Please sign in, and I will give her a call.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Miss Sanders. I have some students that are here to see you. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. She'll be right out.
Hi. See me? Yes. Have a seat. How are y'all? Good. Good.
All right. So here's the question for you. So what I have discovered the past couple of weeks is that you all in middle school, elementary, and high school, you know more about your friends' situations than their parents do. Some of you know those who have been raped, those who have been those who are vaping, those who are smoking, those who are dealing. You know of those who have things going on, parents divorced, who are physical and stuff, but you try to be the adult person for your friend instead of having an actual adult help with the situation. And sometimes it becomes too much for you, the individual, and then you have a breakdown yourself, and so you also end up doing things that you would normally shouldn't be doing, and your parents don't understand. That's because you're taking on your friend's issues. So how many of you know of a friend who is going through something similar? Okay. I know I had to make a report myself because of some things that came my way. So I've had to let school admin know certain things about certain kids. I've had to let school admin know certain things about certain parents because when the information is divulged to me, your teachers, your school admin, nurses are considered mandated reporters. So certain information that come our way, we are required by law to make those reports to certain places, whether it's social services or police officers, for them to make sure that the individual in that situation is taken care of. The excessive texting, some of you, especially if you just got a phone, you don't see anything wrong with it, but there is an issue with the excessive texting. If someone is constantly trying to make sure you are where you're supposed to be, want to know everything that you're doing. So some warning signs, checking your phone or email without your permission, constantly putting you down, extreme jealousy or insecurity, explosive temper, isolating you from family or friends, making false accusations, mood swings, physically hurting you in any way, possessiveness, telling you what to do. Those are all issues. Some of the stuff that children are exhibiting is things that they have seen or witnessed at home or in their environment. So if this is what mommy goes through, or this is what dad is doing to mom, if this is what this person that you idolize does, it's a normal thing. For instance, I don't know if I told you this, a lady once shared that there was this guy, his whole family are smokers, so they all smoke. So it does not think twice about the smell of smoke. It's nothing. It does not exist until he went to college, and he went to this room full of people, and then somebody was like, "Hey man, you stink." He goes, "What do you mean?" He said, "No, you stink." It was then that he realized that smoke had a smell, because for him, everybody in the family and household around him does it. So it's second nature. There is nothing wrong with it. So depending on where you are, certain things, sometimes some people don't realize that certain behaviors are okay. I will be very honest with you. Sometimes there were instances prior to me getting married, I found myself in certain situations I didn't realize was you could say abusive or sexual assault. Until later on, when you got to understand some of the stuff, that you realize that I probably shouldn't have been in this environment, or this thing this person said was not okay, it was offensive. And so once you start understanding and knowing those things and you put the boundaries in place, some things don't come your way. So to give you an example, the last girl with the Texan issue, she was treating the guy like the interaction was more like a daughter and a dad type situation where you were asking permission of where to go versus somebody that you were dating, a boyfriend. That was too much with respect to being interrogated about who you're going with and what you're doing, that type of situation. And so for that one, she needed to understand what her boundaries were before going into dating. What is she willing to share? What is she not willing to share? When he came and he grabbed her, that physical part, like how far can the guy come before, or the girl come before you're like, hey, you've come too close. Like, no, don't do this. So because he came that close, for me looking at this, I'm going, they have that interaction where it's almost normal for them to have that. So some people looking at it would be like, oh no, that's just how they are. Sometimes we look at it and we go, oh no, that's just how they interact. But majority of the time, if you really pay close attention and you watch for some of the body cues, like I told you when we did communication, you would realize that there are some cues that tells you that there is something wrong. So we have to pay close attention to it. 1 in 3 high school relationship involve some type of physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. Nearly 4 out of 5 girls who have been physically abused continue to date the abuser. Nearly 1.5 million high school students experience physical and from a dating partner in the US each year. And no, go back. Two out of 3 teens in an abusive relationship never tell anyone about the abuse. So let me ask you something. If you should ever find yourself with any of those things from earlier, would you tell someone? Some of you said you have that person in school that you trust, that you can talk to. Would you tell that person, or would you tell a family member? Who would be the first person that you think about telling? Those of you in high school or middle school.
I'll tell my best friend and my mother.
In that order?
No, not in that order. I'll probably
Okay.
tell my mom first because she'd be the first person I would think of in that situation. And then I'll tell my best friend because she's always really good at comforting me, and she'll always give it to me straight. Like with my mother, she'll tell me, hey, this is not a good idea. And my mom will also be like, seriously, what is wrong with you? And then they would both help me get out of that situation if I need it.
Okay. The hand in Ijura.
Please, madam, I will tell my parents.
Okay. Anybody else? Eric, Arian?
I would tell my sister first, then my mother, then Ethan.
Why your sister first?
Because my sister is much more supportive. She's like another parent to me, but she's more like cultured because my parents come from Nepal, but she's grown up in America, so she knows more about this kind of stuff.
Okay. Anybody else? What about my high schoolers in Ghana? You do know that it doesn't happen to just girls, right? It
I
happens to
report to
boys
the
too.
one close to me.
Okay, you tell to the person closest to you. Okay. Was somebody trying to say something in Agona? A healthy relationship means you're both communicating, you're respectful of each other, there's a trust, honesty, you're equal in the relationship, and you're making mutual choices together. You're allowed to have friends outside of the person that you date. You're allowed to do your own thing. They don't have to text or email you 24/7. They don't have to know everything that you're doing all the time. Unhealthy would be anything opposite of that. Abusive is mistreating. Oh, abusive is mistreating you're being mistreated, you're being denied to do things. The person is super duper controlling and they're isolating you from others. Okay. So this website here, I'm hoping opens the way that I wanted to. I will try to put this in the link if I remember, or I will send it to Miss Letitia to give it to the high schoolers. You can share them with your friends. So this tells you about some things to look for. But the also cool thing that I like about this website is if you want to know if the relationship you're in is healthy, you can take a quiz. It asks you a bunch of different questions. And you can take that quiz and it will assess to let you know if the relationship you're in is healthy or not. So like if you were to take the quiz, it would ask you these questions. Like, is your partner supportive of the things that you do? And then you will answer them. You can even do them with your parents. So you, instead of partner, you say parent. Is your parent supportive of the things that you would do? And you will go into assess it that way. So let me stop sharing this because I need to go back to yikes, my Google slide. Okay, so can we play Jeopardy, Ghana versus US? Of course you did. I'll say no. I will gladly say no and tell my parents. Ms. Letitia, how can you facilitate for Ghana to participate in this?
I think they will have to type and then I can say the answer for them. I don't know. Any so France and Ejura, where are your leaders? Is Prof around?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so he can help them to answer those questions. Because it's three regions in Ghana. Or centers. Yeah.
Madam, please, what about the high school?
Yeah. Somebody that's what I'm saying. You can type the answer and then or anyone in Ghana that have the answer can say it, just because it's different people in different places.
All right, Team USA, what's your emoji going to be?
Watermelon, that's what they chose.
Watermelon for Team USA. And for Ghana?
Orange.
Pineapple.
Orange. Oh, wait. Is it orange or pineapple? You all have to agree.
Pineapple.
Yikes. Let me go back. So it's pineapple, not orange?
Yes, madam.
Okay, let's go with the pineapple.
Two. If I could get my computer to begin the game. All right. So you have basics, elements, styles, anxiety, and boundary. I'm just going to start off with the first question. So first of all, so I know who is answering. Can we designate one person to speak for US and one person to speak for Ghana? I don't even know how you're going to designate one person to speak for Ghana.
I think I'm gonna pick a leader.
You
Francis,
can,
Ejura, pick a leader.
okay, I think that's fine. So, Adrian, who will speak for us?
So who's speaking for US?
You will speak for us. But you say what we say, okay? We don't say no.
Who's speaking for US? That means everybody should be texting that person. Are you all ready? I don't want anybody to say Ms. Rena's cheating.
Wait, who's the US person? I need to know who to send a message to.
I have no idea who your person is.
Who? David?
No, Ethan.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
ready? All right. So I'm gonna start off with basics for 100.
You know how we're going to.
Texting.
Communication.
We said text.
He said text.
Texting.
Ethan, you're saying texting? No. All right. I'm gonna go with elements 100.
Madam.
That's the sender.
Was that
Ghana
pineapple?
says sender.
All right, Ghana, pick a category.
This particular. Let's take advantage.
Anxiety.
For how much?
300.
Fine.
I mean, was that you or was that Ethan? Just
Fight
spoke
or
just now. Ethan, that was you?
fight or yeah.
Your fear of being disappointed.
What happened? What was that? Ethan, go ahead and pick.
Fear of being disappointed.
Basics for 300. Purple.
Verbal communication.
He said it first. Ethan.
Verbal communication.
Elements for 300.
Verbal. Madam.
Non-verbal. Non-verbal.
Pick, please. Yeah, Ghana, you go, Mamba.
Okay. But with the beeping sound, are you able to hear us when we speak?
Huh?
I said, with the sound, the background sound, are you able to hear us when we speak?
Sometimes I can hear it, sometimes I can't. So if you speak loud enough, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, get close to the mic.
Yeah, it looks as if sometimes we speak, but we don't do it. So what's the next step?
Or somebody has to pick. Ethan, go again.
Wow.
For 500
What for 500?
basics.
Oral, visual, and
All right, pick again, Edra.
boundary.
Boundaries for what?
That's under the difficulty. Go ahead.
100.
I say 500 difficult. 500 is difficult. Why?
Personal space.
It's when the biological time shows time, social time.
Wait, what was the first person the person said?
There are limits and rules that we set for ourselves.
Ethan, was it Ethan or was it Arian? One of
It
you
was
said
Ethan.
something. What did he say?
We said personal space.
Protecting of personal space. The person that's speaking for Ghana, what did you say?
I said there are the limits and rules that we set for ourselves in relationships.
Hey, oh, cool, yet you and poor pa me. The mama money now, why?
We both get it.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, why am I?
What is it? Thank you.
So who is speaking? Which particular activity?
Style.
No style.
Styles for what?
200.
300.
Assertive.
Go ahead, Ethan.
What's it? It's 200.
What 200?
Anxiety.
Anxiety for 200?
Yeah. Face.
Everything and rice.
Face everything and
He said it first. All right, go on. The person who said it first, pick one something.
200 elements.
What is 200?
Element.
Elements 200.
Receiver.
The receiver.
But he said it first. Ethan, go ahead. He said it first. He said it first. Hey, Mamun Bomi or confess.
Do that one next time, maybe.
Huh?
200 basic.
Who's speaking?
Message.
Ejira for Munkoi.
Element to 500.
Elements for 500.
No. Styles 100.
Styles 100. Okay.
Passive.
Passive communication.
Yeah.
Receiver.
He was so close. Go ahead. Eden, pick a category.
Styles 200.
Observe, wait, and listen.
What is that? 200? Okay, go ahead, pick again. Ejira, you go.
200 for boundary.
Personal space.
It's not personal space. So that's
Like someone's
possible.
personal
All right, go again.
Anxiety. Anxiety. 100.
Fear.
Fear.
He beat you to it. All right, go again. Ethan. It's a very
Boundary
close.
for 300.
What? Oh, boundaries for 300.
Stranger.
You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Physical boundary. All right, pick a category. We have all the 400s and 4 500s.
Basic 500.
Non-verbal.
All right, go again.
Elements 400. Feedback.
Go again.
Styles 400. Passive aggressive.
Oh, wait. Did I lie? Yes, you were right.
Fatigue aggressive.
I think you said that one a little bit too late.
Yeah. All right. So go again.
Anxiety 400. School, parents, and dating.
And you saw to her so one and Ethan, go ahead. Mario, there's still 500. You can come back.
Boundary 400. Loose and rigid.
All right, 500. Where do we start? Yeah, read it.
Anxiety.
Hey, don't do that.
You've not ended. You see, if you put it in your
You
hand,
still have 2,000 on the thing.
Don't give up.
Anxiety.
Who keeps saying that? You have to pay attention.
Stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed.
Okay, where are we going with the 500s?
Boundary.
Name care of the boundaries the person needs to put in place to protect them.
Healthy, loose, and rigid.
No.
Material, times, and energy.
All right, which of the two left?
Element 500.
21. 21.
Who said that?
91.
No, it's 20.
Last one.
Aggressive.
Communication.
Communicator.
Wage. Watermelon,
Oh.
Ethan, how much you waging?
2,000.
2,000. Pineapple, how much are you waging?
No. Wait. 1,000.
Who said 1,000?
Team USA say 1,000.
How much are you wagering in Ghana?
500.
500. Are you sure?
No, please. We
It
want
can
to
be
be
sons.
Guys,
So
no,
500.
please. Can you explain that to us? We want to be
So
clear on that.
basically, you have one final question. If you
Okay.
if you get the answer, 500 points will be added to your scores.
2,000. 2,000. 2 billion.
Oh.
2 billion.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Gas, 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 fuel.
Ghana, what do you say?
Fuel. Like that.
like us.
All right. So let's see who the winner is.
Oh, can you see why the dawn's early light?
That's so silly.
But so proudly we
Good
say
job, Ghana. Good job.
twilight side.
Ghana, you came. That's good.
So Ghana, you were just shy by 700 points. When you wagered the 2,000, you got all of it, but it only took you to 4,100, and they added 1,000 to their points. All right, so that's all I have for you all today about boundaries. Do you have any questions, Ms. Letitia?
Yeah, any question for Miss Serena, guys? Hey, pause. Ariane and Cole, we know you guys won. We thank God for that. Any question for Miss Serena? This is Nadia singing the national anthem. Yeah, so guys, today
Thank you very much for attending my
Miss Rena's last day with us for the year. What happened? Did you want to complain?
David wasn't healthy.
Yeah, he's not feeling well. So guys, any questions, anything to say to Miss Rena before she end our session today? Are you guys paying attention?
Yes, I'm here. I just want to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, we are very grateful for this detailed explanation and then exposing us to some of these things at this very younger age. I'm still learning how to set boundaries, especially at work, because once you are very open to everything, sometimes you get things you do not like, but because you have not been able to make your boundaries very clear, you're unable to defend yourself. So today I was just following this discussion and then learning myself because it's an opportunity for me. At the workplace, I'm still learning how to set boundaries today. Thank you so much, Madam Rena. We appreciate everything.
What about my students? Agona, France, Team USA, Ariane, Julie?
Oh, sorry. I wanted to say thank you, Miss Reina. We had a lot of questions and a lot of outbreaks in class talking about some of the things that you helped bring to light when you came in. So thank you very much. And we're very grateful.
Thank you all for having me.
Ariane, I know she's your favorite instructor, so right, you've stressed this woman out a lot since she joined. Yeah, Miss Rena, thank you. Like Prof said from Ghana, this has not only been for the kids, it's been also for us as grown-ups, and like Prof said, boundaries. And even from the onset of communication, the different types of communicators that are out there. And Tony and I will even joke that from now he knows what type of person I am. But yeah, so we have learned a lot from even among ourselves. And I think the biggest thing we have now is like, we feel parents need to really know these things because parents stress their kids out in the all based on lack of understanding when it comes to mental health and the things that they are battling with, especially those who are from the diaspora or not from here in the US, and we did not grow up with all this foundational knowledge. And we find ourselves trying to juggle all these things and still raise our kids and have them to be responsible adults in the community or society. And they go to school and it's a whole different environment altogether. So I would say I've learned a lot, and I was even telling my husband to just giving him a few of those pointers. But I think that hopefully maybe next year we can have a way that we can have a session, or maybe somewhere along this year, where we can have a session for the adults, that we will not only open for the EBI parent per se, but open it up for anyone in the US, Ghana, anywhere around the world that want to come and learn about what their kids are and facing or experiencing as they are growing up, and what they can do to be ready and to help them to navigate this life that is going on. So thank you. And somebody in front has something to say. So whoever in front, you can talk, please.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Romeo.
Yeah. I want to thank Ms. Arena for the education. At least we also learn a lot. You know, being in Ghana, we take everything for granted. So as today, she teach us how to set boundaries for ourselves. And as a teacher, I have learned a lot. I now know how to set boundaries between me and my students, me and the head teacher, and me and the other colleagues. So I thank her a lot for this educative program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Ms. Rena, I was supposed to send you a message. This Tuesday, we are gonna do like a Facebook Live with the instructors, and to just give a brief on what we have learned from you, and what we have experienced on Facebook Live, to just share a little bit to the community out there. So I'll send you the information if you have the time. It will be I think 5 or 6 p.m. US time. And just for this year we want to be more I would say communicate more with people out there, because sometimes they wonder what the heck is CBI doing. And so we try to, after every lesson, do a Facebook Live to share what we have seen or experienced from our students, from the lessons that we've taught and stuff. So it was not something that it was impromptu idea, but Tony and them are on board. So I was saying the details on it. But that's our goal, to continue to be a light in our community, in our world, to allow people to see what these youth are going through. Because sometimes we cannot relate, because we also have our own problems. So, yeah. But we are trying. And this has helped us a lot to learn from them and to understand that whatever it is that they are going through in their world, it is overwhelming. Mm-hmm. We have told them that we want to acknowledge that is what they have, the capacity they have in being able to take on that kind of load. And so when they complain about what they are handling and dealing with, it's fair and it's understanding. And so our goal is to try our very best to be in their shoes, whether we want to understand or not, but at least acknowledge that it is fair for them to have those experience or feelings and those discomforts, even when it comes to schoolwork, extracurricular activities, and all that stuff. So thank you. So anything else? Ethan says thank you for all the information you shared with us. We appreciate. Yeah. Somebody in Aguna wanted to say something. Okay, so if nothing, I think we're gonna end our session today early, because we have been blessed. Just taking all the stuff that she has shared, like I said the last time, it's never like today is it. Whatever that we talked about, they are for lifelong lessons, experience, and all that. So remember, we said there's no chew and pour in EBI. Everything, try to redevelop it to make it something that you yourself can utilize as life goes along. So don't say we are done with mental health, so we're not dealing with that. No, save those notes, review, especially the boundaries part, because you guys are going to encounter many, many different people from different walks of life, different relationship. It's not only boyfriend, girlfriend relationship that you're going to worry about. Teacher-student relationship, EBI, your mentor relationship, parents, cousins, uncles relationship. So when you know how to set boundaries now, it will help in the long run. Even when you get a job, your boss, co-workers relationship, okay? So don't say that, oh, we are done. I'm throwing the whole mental health conversation somewhere. No, please, I'm begging. Next year, when we come back, it will not be reviewing. We will be continuing and we did throughout this year, we will revisit these conversations. So don't say that we are done. And then next week, we are starting our AI education. We are starting our AI stuff. So that is what we plan. We have our AI instructor who will be joining us from Texas, Mr. Ben. So we have the lessons, everything set up. So AI was what? What is AI, guys? What is AI? Okay, we all find out when he joins us. Because if you're talking and you are muted, I cannot hear you. But we are starting.
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next week for the month of March, we are starting AI for good, right? Using tech for good, using technology for good things. So we talked about last summer, we talked about IoT, right? Internet of Things. So we're gonna connect all that together. Okay, guys. So that's what we are doing next week. Francie, your hands are still up. So over to you.
It's my own child that is.
If nobody's talking, Francie, that's okay. What is your question?
Look at
guys. Anna, you did great. Okay, you did good. I don't want you to think that because you did great. You did awesome. Yeah. Who else want to talk? Sorry.
It's Prince, please.
Okay, Prince, talk.
Okay. Madam, like, assume like, or if there is not a boundary in the wall, there may be somebody or armed robber who come to our house.
Prince, we cannot hear what you're saying. Oh, maybe you can type it. So before we end the call, if you want to type your question. Okay. Okay. Ejura, who want to say anything from Ejura? Okay. So if nothing, we're going to end our session today. Thank you, guys. Oh, I want us to sing happy birthday to Ariane. Anyone? Yeah, Ariane's birthday was
Happy not birthday, Ariane. I hope it was terrible.
No, it wasn't terrible. It was amazing. Yes. Yeah, it was amazing. So let's sing happy birthday to Ariane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ariane. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now, Ariane?
7.
How old are you now? How are you now? Ariane, how old are you now? Ariane is 15 years old. Okay. So may God bless you now. 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 Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Happy birthday, Ariane. You know, all jokes aside, we love having Ariane in our team. He keeps us on our toe. He has so much life, you know. It's exciting to just have Ariane and everybody on the team. We all play our different role it's like a community. And so we wish you many more happy birthday. And your cake is back there. So yeah, happy birthday to everyone that celebrated February birthday. So next week we will continue with our lessons or we'll start a new lesson. Okay, next week we will start a new lesson. Next week, yes, we will start a new lesson. We will send the information to our teachers, Frante, Mr. Raymond, and also Mr. Prof. and Musa and Chikata. We will send the detailed information to you guys before the week so you guys can think about it and prepare. So that's about that. Thank you, guys. Take care. Hasta la vista.